16 minutes past the hour here on this Tuesday. Coming up here in a bit, I've got Crime Time. It's a bit rough.
It usually is.
People
not for us,
ridiculous
but for
things.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
for the idiots doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, there's sometimes a sense of decorum needs to happen.
Oh,
that's typically kind of what needs to happen.
Oh, seriously? Come on.
Wait till you get
Why
into
should we have decorum?
Well, unless you were sitting next to this guy, but that's coming up here in a moment. Yeah, I got science news on the way too. It's fascinating. Deals with some stuff from the animal kingdom, which is always fun. Yeah, some new discoveries have come to light. First, there is this ahead of Crime Time. A runner-up, if you will. It's a bit involved. But a man has been charged with killing his wife.
Guilty. There we go.
On board an Alaskan cruise ship.
Oh.
While passengers were enjoying a murder mystery-themed dinner.
No.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. According to the FBI and their court documents, Kenneth Manzanares was charged with murder after he was found with blood on his hands and clothes. Nice detective work there, Lou.
Yeah, no kidding.
Blood spread throughout the cabin on the Princess cruise ship.
Oh, dear God.
This happened last week. Christy Manzanares, who is 39, was found with a severe head wound and was pronounced dead on the scene.
Oh.
He beat that woman on a cruise ship.
Wow.
A passenger was talking to a television station in Alaska, KTVA, that he and his wife were in their cabin when he heard screaming.
Oh. Well.
Now, Charles Rowland said that, this is the witness, it was evening for us. I had turned in and my wife was taking a shower and I heard terrible screaming. I mean, you knew it wasn't normal. And it sounded like 2 or 3 ladies or girls, definitely women, screaming. Rowland said his wife went out and looked over the balcony and saw a man covered in blood.
Oh, wow.
Rowland went on to say this. My wife's a registered nurse. She thought he was going to jump over the rail, and at one point he put his hand on the rail and set his rear on it. But she started yelling, "Get back in." And then the ship announced, "Get a security team to that area."
Ah, okay. Somebody else called somebody.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, now, speaking with CBS, Chris Seaman, C-E-M-A-N.
No.
Said he was across the hall from where the killing happened. Now, Chris said, one of the little girls from that room came running out.
Oh, my
for
God.
help.
There were little
calling for help that her parents had been in a fight. She sounded pretty desperate.
Oh, God.
But the crew came up as quickly as they could. As the incident was unfolding, other passengers were being entertained at a murder mystery dinner, adding to the confusion, you see.
Oh, no.
Some of the people that were in the murder mystery, thought that they were just playing a hoax on them, according to another passenger.
Well, there's no figuring out who done it. We know who done it.
According to court documents, several people went to the room before first responders arrived and saw the man in the room and his wife on the floor covered in blood. A man asked the suspect what had happened. What had happened, you see? And according to the documents, responded, "She would not stop laughing at me."
Oh.
Manzanares then grabbed his wife's body and tried to drag her to the balcony to throw her overboard, apparently. But the man stopped him. The name of the man was not included in the complaint, so we don't...
Right, we don't know who
was it stopped him. A ship security officer handcuffed Manzanares, who was held in a nearby cabin. While the FBI searched him, Manzanares said, "My life is over." Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
you killed
pretty
your wife.
much.
Yeah, you beat her to death on board
in front of your child.
On a cruise ship, and then tried to throw her overboard, and then, there's that. Because he wouldn't stop laughing at me.
Again.
Next time, put your pants on, sir. That's how you keep a woman from laughing at you.
Right.
Maybe she was pointing and laughing.
She could have been.
That could have been really rough, dude.
Yeah, see, at that point, I'd just walk out. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Another one that needs a padded room and some Thorazine.
More than that. I never really thought much about it, but I would assume that there is some sort of a jail on a cruise ship. I mean, what happens when there's,
It's got to happen. There's got to be some sort of
a detainment center of some sort. I know clearly there's security because, a bunch of drunken, rowdy idiots on a boat.
Well, yeah.
Ship of fools, if you will.
Literally.
Yes.
You can't just toss them over. I mean, you could, but
it's not.
It's poor form.
Poor form, exactly. It's really, a little tacky. Although you really want to at times.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm thinking of that poor little girl that was in the room.
Witnessed it. Clearly.
That she's going to need therapy.
I think I'm going to need therapy after hearing
the story. Right.
Yeah. High crimes and misdemeanors at sea.
On the high seas.
Yes. Make them walk the plank.
Right.
Hang them from the yard arm.
Just do that. They should have just done that.
Put a cord on board the boat. Be done with it. It's international water.
Right.
You can get married on one. You might as well be able to be sentenced on one.
Yeah. I don't know. Let the captain handle it.
Well, he would be the judge.
That's right.
Or she would be the judge. And then you have, the bus boys come in as the jury.
Yeah.
And then and then they all decide what's up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, you can get married by the captain. So you're right.
Do they stop the ship when this sort of thing happens? And
I think not.
The cruise ends at this point because there was a murder on board, or do they just keep right on going?
Go into port,
dump the body, clean up the room, and move
keep
right
moving? No, I bet it's over at that point.
Well, it depends. I guess it would depend on where you were. If you were headed back to your port of origin.
Yeah, that's true. If you're headed back to the port of origin, it doesn't matter because your trip's over anyway.
See, what happens if something like this happens? Let's say you got somebody on board and he has a heart attack and dies.
It happens.
It happens all the time.
I had it happen at a gig more than once.
Yeah,
in the audience.
Yeah, well, in the audience, it's a killer act.
Yeah.
I know they probably stick them in the cooler somewhere over there.
Well, do they have a freezer that's big enough for a body?
Well, of course, they have to feed 2,000 people on board that thing.
So their freezers are good size, so they have enough room for a body and the food.
I'm sure they do.
And don't get them mixed up.
Well, I doubt they do that. They put the dead guy in the yellow bag.
Oh, right.
That's what that is. Do not eat. That's what you do. Over there next to the lamb chops.
Right.
That's how you handle that.
Oh, man. Can you imagine what the other people on that ship were thinking?
I don't know. Because, there's gossip that would have to happen. It would just travel.
Yeah.
Well, did you hear what happened on the Lido deck?
Yeah, somebody decapitated somebody and then dismembered the body. That's not what happened.
No.
It's like telephone.
It's like telephone, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man.
I don't like cruise ships because of the containment factor. You're stuck with whatever is going on.
That's right.
And I think in the best of circumstances, you're just stuck with a bunch of drunken morons.